So 8 o'clock. Good morning, everyone. If you can just open your mic and say good morning for me. Good
Good
morning,
morning.
everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, Daniel. Good
Morning.
morning,
Good
everyone.
Good
morning.
morning, Daniel.
Yes, let's do it. So today it's gonna be a special meeting. We have like a really great agenda, and I will take some. I will put the meetings guide here for us. First of all, if you can just leave your mic off, it's not a good situation when there is some noise in the meeting. So if you can just leave your mic off and try to use, actually today we don't have like the word of the day. That's something that we use do in our meetings, but today we don't have. But yeah, we can explain later what is the word of the day, and if you can uh, take part in other meetings, you we have like this dynamic of the word of the day. And our meetings are posted on YouTube. So if you are saying something, open your camera so you just agree with us here that your image and your voice will be posted on YouTube. Okay, guys. So our club's mission is to develop public speaking and leadership skills through active participation. So we are here engaged in the and try to promote these skills. And today we have like two really great speeches from Gisele and from Laura, and we are here to see it as well. And I'm speaking here because I'm the Toastmasters of the day, the guy that will lead the meeting today. But I will say too that has a club officers, and this meeting just doesn't happen from nothing. So there are some people that they are leading our club, and I'm the president, our vice president of education. The three of them, they are here as well. So there are some people that makes this meeting happen as well as the other volunteers. And today, just to explain the dynamic here, we have like three main moments: the prepared speech, the improvised speech. I think that we don't have this today, and the evaluations and feedback. So today we are concentrated in two main areas: the prepared speech and the evaluations and feedback is gonna be really great. And we have the opportunity to vote after in the best prepared speech and the best evaluation as well. So today, as I explained, I'm the Toastmaster of the day. I'm Daniel Pina. Nice to meet you for the people that I don't know. And but I don't do this alone. There are so many people here that is helping to enrich and to make this meeting happen. So I will call Vitor Coelho, that's going to be the timer, to explain a little bit about his role today. Vitor, if you can, just the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. So, good morning for everyone. My name is Vitor, and today I'm the role of timer to ensure that the meeting takes place on time. So, I'll change my background to indicate the time of the speech and to conclude whether the speaker is eligible or not. So, one moment. So I'll indicate green. I will change my background to green when the speaker reaches the minimum time. For Laura, it's 5 minutes, and for Gisele, it's 15 minutes because her speech is different. And yellow to indicate attention, and I will change to red to indicate that your time has ended. So conclude your speech. And this is the rule of timer that that I'll make. So have a nice meeting for you all.
Thank you, Victor. And so the time is really important thing for every meeting that we are going. So just pin in Victor's camera to see if you are eligible or not, if you are on time or not. So let's move on. Our Zoom master today will be Luana da Costa. She is here just updating the forms. She is opening the room. So she's doing a lot of this job that is important for the the agenda going on. And we have now our general evaluator as well, is Luis França. He is here. So Luis, if you can just open your camera and the floor is yours, please.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, everyone. My name is Luis França. I am the general evaluator of this morning meeting, and I'm very happy to be here with you. My goal here is to look at every detail of the meeting, including the time, the agenda, and to check if everything is going well. At the end of the meeting, I will give to you a report with all the things we've done well and the things we should improve. Okay, thank you and have a great meeting, all of you.
Thank you, Luis. Have you nice to see you. So let's move on for our prepared speech. The first of our speech today is gonna be from Laura Leal. The title is Wait, Am I Really Ready for This? So Laura is on the Pathways Mentor Program. Her level is unknown, is X, and is mentoring at the project level. Her evaluator will be Olavo Pacelli, and as I said, her title is Wait, am I really ready for this? She'll have like from 5 to 7 minutes to accomplish her task. So Laura, the floor is yours.
Thank you. This speech is supposed to be about the first time I mentored someone. However, when I was writing it for the first time in a long time, I noticed I couldn't do so without telling a little of my history here in Toastmasters. In April 1st, 2021, I had just completed my first level. April 2nd, 2021, I got a message from our VPE asking me if I wanted to mentor someone who had just gotten to the club. Wait, am I really ready for this? I just got here. I've been here for 6 months. And she told me it's mostly about nudging the people. We have the individual development plan that they answered. And now you just go telling them like, go here, go there, and you'll be all right. You've been mentored before. But I said yes, and we went on. Now, if you hear something like, it's just my dog who's really upset that I'm not playing with her, but never mind, she's okay, she's not dying or anything. Back then, mentoring was organic. Maybe that's the word for it. We got to meet the people we were mentoring and then kind of feel what they needed and then do it. And I only learned about this path, the path that I'm working on right now, last year, because now we have a group of mentors. And of course, I have a group chat. And in the group chat, one of my colleagues sent a message saying, hey, have you seen this? And she added a screenshot that showed an email of the Pathways Mentor Program. No one had seen it. We had no idea what she was talking about. And I was like, okay, why haven't I seen this? And she told us that she had just completed the level 2 on the Pathways. That was why. I'm an Aquarian, and that means I'm a little rebellious. And they told me right in the beginning that after level 1, I could do the projects in any order I wanted. I did so. I looked for the projects that looked the most exciting, the most fun to do, and I did them. I actually completed level 3 before level 2. And I only completed level 2 last year, after that colleague told us about the Pathways Mentor Program. That's why I didn't know. Okay, I could deal with that. Once I finished the level 2 last year, I got that email, and I was excited at first. I looked at the summary and I thought, this is nice. They have so many tools, so many things. Okay, I'll do it. What happens when you have something that's not urgent, that you don't have a deadline, and no one's breathing down your neck for it? Nothing happened. Until this very year. For some reason, I signed up for Triple Crown, which is an award you receive for finishing 3 levels in 1 year. And last month, someone told me, hey, you only have 2 more months to complete it. You only have 1 level left. Do it. No, I only had levels 4 and 5 to do. And those projects are famous for their time-consuming projects. I couldn't do those and the speeches and finish all in time. Luckily, the Pathways Mentor Program also counts. And it was then that I said, okay, now I got it. I'm going to do it. And once I finally opened and went beyond the summary, whoa, it was actually really rich and so many tools and so informative. And whoa, I had not done a single thing it's forbode. Not one. See, what are you supposed to do in Toastmasters Pathways Mentor Program? You're supposed to read the project. Once you feel ready, you ask for the VP for someone to work on a single project with you. Once you do that, you have to plan with them. You have to get feedback, give feedback. You also have to set goals for the short term and the long term. You guys remember I said it was really organic, the mentoring back then? Yeah. My first protege was an American who was learning Portuguese and wanted to be here in our Brazilian club. With her, I had to learn a lot. I learned how to communicate. Once you're in different time zones, you have to say which time you're talking about. I learned that after maybe 4 or 5 meetings we had to reschedule. That was one. I also learned that you don't have to be fluent or perfect. Nobody's perfect in any language, even your native one, to do a speech in that language. You mostly have to be confident in what you're talking and what you're telling other people. With her, I also learned that you can only do so much with a prodigy. I mean, you do have to nudge. Yeah, our VP was right about that. Sometimes a person just needs you telling like, hey, are you going to the meeting next Saturday? You can also say, okay, we have this tool. We have this person that's an expert in that area that you're interested. You can make introductions. You can do a lot. But the person has to do her own speeches. The person also has to be able to participate in the meetings. You cannot do everything for her. My first experience in mentoring lasted for 6 months. And in those 6 months, I learned the most important thing for a mentor to be is to be there and listen for their protege and their needs and answer anytime they can. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Great speech. It's always good to have a mentor. So congratulations for your speech. And right now we have like the feedback. Our Zoom master will be posted on chat. The feedback for Laura is always a gift. If you want, if you can, just leave your feedback for Laura. We have 1 minute for this. I just ask for our timer for 1 minute.
Our time has ended.
Thank you, Victor. So let's move on. Our next speech will be from Gisele Alvarenga. Her title is Moving to Nonviolence. Her pathway is the presentation mastery. She is in project level number 4, and her task is today will be develop a question and answer session. She will be evaluated for Naya Lima, and she will have like from 15 to 20 minutes to accomplish her task. So good luck, Gisele. The floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. I have a question for you all. How are you? How are you, Daniel? How are you doing? How would you usually answer this? Yeah,
Happy.
Just to answer.
yeah. How are you?
Doing great.
Doing great. Okay. Yeah, usually that's what we say, right? We say, yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm fine. Well, yeah, no, not bad, right? When I ask someone how they are doing and this is the answer that I have, this is how I feel. I feel like winter is coming, right? Because I really want to know how the people are. It's not cute, okay? So imagine now if someone asked me how I'm doing and I tell them, well, Daniel, today I'm feeling really happy and pleased because I have this need for contribution and sharing. I'm also a little bit anxious because I have a need to be understood. And I have people here that knows about nonviolent communication. So now I have stress. Well, nonviolent communication was idealized by Marshall Rosenberg in the 60s. His book in Brazil is, we usually call it the origin book. And our mascot is a giraffe because the giraffe needs this big heart to be able to pump the blood to the head, right? Nonviolent communication is based on the principle of ahimsa. It's a ancient Indian principle of non-violence, meaning the natural state of compassion with no violence when no violence is present in the heart. Guys, how powerful it is. Nonviolent communication is based in the idea that we all have this capacity for compassion. Everybody's good in their heart. And we only use violence or harmful behavior when we don't have more effective ways to meet our needs, to meet what is important to us. We are culturally trained in a specific way of thinking that seeks to identify who is right and who is wrong, who is good and who is bad. So if I am right, and because you agree with me, you are right too, you have a reward. But if I am right and you are wrong, now you have a punishment. Marshall then realized that is a way of relating to one another that is completely different from this judgment of punishment and reward, this approach of punishment and reward. And this happens when people are able to connect with what is alive in each other. Because we tend to be good, we want to contribute to another's well-being, to one another's well-being. So we want everybody to be good, and we want to help it. So imagine this situation. Peter is always late. He has a meeting every first Monday of the month at 9:30, and he's always late. When he gets late to this meeting, now it's the third time he's been late for this meeting. And now his boss is pissed. Because of course, he's right? He's angry. Peter is late, it's not a lie. And when he sees Peter, he says, Peter, you are always late. This is annoying. What is happening here? What this kind of conversation leads to now is Peter feeling like he's a failure, feeling like he cannot do anything right. It's true, he's always late, so he's messing up. But now look what may happen if his boss stop for a minute and say, what's happening? What's actually going on with me? Why am I so triggered by this? Why am I so angry with Peter? What is important to me? And then he may realize, well, when Peter is late, I feel neglected because I want to use my time well. It's important for me. It's my need. So I would really appreciate if he could let me know when he is running late. I don't know if you noticed, but when you say something like this, there is a calmness. So if he says to Peter, hey, Peter, it's the third time you are late for our meeting. You know, when you get here late, I feel neglected, Peter, because I need to use my time well. So could you please let me know if you are going to be late? In this moment, Peter may feel like he can express himself and also share his feelings and his needs. And he may say, well, the first week of every month, I am the father of the week. I need to drive the kids to school. This is important to me. And the school starts at 9, so I cannot get here at 9:30. Do you think, boss, we could change our meeting to 10? Look how different and how impactful it is. Nonviolent communication focuses on 3 aspects of communication. They are self-empathy, empathy, and self-expression. So I can say I feel neglected and I want to use my time well, and I would like you to let me know if you're late. By the moment that you can recognize this in yourself, you can now start talking about empathy because you know what's going on with you, and now you can see what's going on with the other person. I'll let Marshall Rosenbeck talking to us about needs, what is important to us.
We teach people how to hear the needs on 2 parts of ourself. The one part of ourself is that part that evaluates what we do. Every action we take, we need to evaluate it about whether it meets our needs or not. If I cook a meal for myself, I need to evaluate, did that meet my need for nurturance, taste, and so forth? And if it didn't, then I want to change that. So whether it's something I did for myself, or if I say something to another person, sometimes it doesn't meet the needs of mine, so I need to evaluate it. Now, how do I evaluate it? If I evaluate it by attacking myself, I say that was a stupid thing to do. We instead suggest to people that you evaluate what you do by whether it met your needs or not. You'll find that you can learn better without losing self-respect. If we can learn from our mistakes by being conscious of what need wasn't met to begin with, and then to understand another part of ourselves. What need were we trying to meet by doing what we did? So that's the same process I was saying using between two groups, but I'm using it within myself between two different functions within myself. The function that evaluates what I do, the function that chooses to do what I do. And if I evaluate them in the way I was educated to evaluate, I'd say to myself, that was a stupid thing to do. How could you do something so dumb? And then if I look at the other side of myself about why I do it, I had to do it. I had no choice. It denies responsibility. And I can have that going on within myself forever. And if I do, I'll have a lot of depression, guilt, and shame, and it will be very hard to learn from my human limitations.
Empathy is a respectful understand of what others are experiencing. And we can only do this if we know what's going on with us. Well, non-violent communication, this way of talking, can be done in 4 steps. And guys, it seems simple, but it's so hard. And it sounds weird at the first time when you try to use it. Sounds like mechanical, but it's just a framework to you to remember all the steps you need to follow. So you start to train your brain about it. The first one is observation, and then feelings, needs, and requests. If there is something that is important to you, you need to tell other people. A happened. I feel B because I want C. I would really appreciate if you would be willing to do D. Peter, you are late. You've been late for the last 3 meetings. I feel so neglected because the timing is important to me. I have to use my time well. I would really appreciate if you could let me know if you were late. Isn't it powerful? Empathy calls upon us to empty our mind and listen to others with our whole being. Thank you very much. I will open now for questions. Eu não estava compartilhando a tela?
You were. We can
Yeah, you were.
we saw it.
I can open now for questions. Olavo,
I have a question. How did you came across the book? You need it for your job or for life in general?
first time that I got this book was, I think it was at work. Someone at work told me about the book. I bought the book. I read probably 5 pages and I left it there. This is usually what happens when you first start to read this book. And it stayed there for a while. Then one day, I recognized the violence in myself. And then I went back to the book and start trying to understand. Do we have another question? Everybody think it's easy to do this?
I do have a question.
Let me
You told about the power of this message, and I think that nobody denies that, but how can you applicate that in your life? I mean, how can you identify the situation and remember the need about other people and try to applicate in that situation? How is for you, for example?
Okay, the question is how we can use this in
Yes.
real life, right? Just start doing this. First, you don't even have to know nonviolent communication in theory. If you start to stop for a second, recognize what's going on with you, and then communicate, you will start to see a change in the environment. And you will probably forget at first about the 4 steps. And you'll be trying all the time, remember what is the second step, what's the third step. But after some training, it's not easy. It's like a new language. After some training, you will start to see and to recognize situations that you can use this kind of communication, even if you're not using the 4 steps, for example. Olavo, do you have another question?
What was the catalyst that happens, for you to start reading the book again, to give another chance?
What happened when I read the book for the second time is the question. This time, I really wanted the change. I really wanted to be or to have more compassion, and because my violent thinking, it's violent, it's not physical violence, okay? My violent thinking was first make me in trouble, and second make me sad. So in the second time, I wanted to do this. Does it answer your question? Does anyone else have another question? I want to show you one more thing, one more video from Marshall Rosenberg, when he talks about self-empathy and why this is important.
One of the important critical differentiations is to be conscious. We never have to worry about how the other person responds. We have to see a difference between that. That's not our worry. Our worry is how we respond to the other person's response. See? So in this case, we don't have to worry about no. We have to only be concerned about how we deal with the no, if it occurs. We don't have to worry about a person diagnosing us. You're too sensitive. Don't have to worry about that. We only have to worry about how we respond to that. If I give this person the power to tell me what I am, and I therefore think, oh my God, there's something wrong with me, I'm too sensitive. It's not the other person's response that creates my pain. It's how I dealt with that person's response. I heard what the person thought about me. And I think there's something wrong with me that this person said that about me. So I never have to worry about the other person's response. When I think that I do, if I go in, oh, what if the other person says, what if? I've just taken all of my power and given it to the other person. I'm saying my security and my power is in this person's hands.
Kind of like you give away your life force.
Yes. Yes.
Juice.
But it took me a while to learn this because I was educated in schools that taught me my whole life was dependent on how they judge me. My whole future was in how I get judged by people with titles.
Oh, strong, right? Does anyone have another question? How is it going for you? Are you letting other people know? What other people say? Everything about you? Just try to have your power back. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Giselle. Powerful, powerful and strong message. So let's move on here for our feedback. So I'll ask for Luana to post on the chat, and we have 1 minute for this. So let's do it. Ask you, Vitor, for click 1 minute for us.
I'm glad Janice was agreeing with me. Like,
Okay, thank you, Vitor. So just let's go to the timers report. Vitor, can you say if both of our speakers are eligible in the time of theirs, please?
Yes, thank you, Daniel. So first, congratulations to Laura and Gisele for their speeches, and both are electable. Laura, the speaker Laura, who spoke on the topic, "Wait, am I really ready for this?" Give her speech in 5 minutes and 26 seconds. And Gisele, who spoke on the topic moving to nonviolence, had her speech in 90 minutes and 55 seconds. So both are electable. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Vitor. So now it's time to vote in the best prepared speech. So all of us, guests and members, can vote you if you have 1 minute. I don't know if Luana can post the chat. Luana, if you have like the link, the whole link, just post there. If you can't, I think that Olavo or someone can help you do it. If you are voting, there is no problem. You can continue, but we need to move on. Let's go to the evaluators feedback. And right now, I just call Olavo Pacelli. He's gonna evaluate Laura Leal with her title, Wait, am I really ready for this? He have from 2 to 3 minutes to do it. So Olavo, the floor is yours. Olavo, can you hear me? It's
No,
your
I
time.
can. Oh, sorry,
All
I
right.
was blowing my nose. All right, guys, gonna start off with the evaluation for Laura. She delivered an amazing speech today. And like to say that I appreciate the fact that Laura sent me the info in advance. That and put those infos on Easy Speak, so I didn't have to do that, and that was really making my life easier doing that. Thank you so much. I'm gonna start off with what you did really well. Today I'm gonna be trying something different. I wrote down my cell phone, started writing down on the form, so I'll be looking at it to have a clear idea of my thoughts about your speech. You start off with the storytelling, and that is an amazing way because you create a timeline of events so we know how you start off, especially with the title of your speech, and how it is today. And your title was, Wait, am I really ready for this? And the fact that today you're spearheading the mentorship process of Brasília Toastmasters shows that you are ready for it. After that, there was a lot of facial expression, and there was a great use of it. That way you can really communicate your ideas. And even though we are online, it was like we're presential during your speech. And there's those pauses, especially when you were talking to us about what happens when you don't have a time limit, you don't have a deadline for something. We don't do it. And I was so intrigued, I was jumping on my seat. Is it procrastination or something like that? And I was kind of right. And now I'm gonna go with what you can improve. In my opinion, you could have said the names of the VP and the colleague that taught you about the program in Toastmasters. I think make us feel more like a club. I don't know who the VP is and who the colleague is, but I think I know who the mentee was. And another thing that you can improve was were a few words that you can pronounce better, such as colleague. And maybe there are a few more, but that was the one I picked up upon. In regard to the storytelling, you share with us your first experience with a mentee or a protege. And I thought that you could have said about your new protege, Natalia. Week you had an outstanding speech for her in regards to the mentorship here at Toastmasters. And you would have finished your speech with such a strong note. Oh, the next speech is going to be about her. I was getting ahead of myself. And now for a challenge for you. You're gonna be getting triple crown, like you mentioned. I'm gonna be focusing on that. Gonna be focusing on the fact that I didn't saw a lot of speech from you presentially. So my challenge for you for not the next one, because the next one is like in 1 hour, an hour and a half. So the next one, you do that presentially with us at Toastmasters. And I know that will be a spot open for a speech on April 26th. Maybe you can take that one. And thanks so much for today. Bye.
Thank you, Olavo. Really great evaluation. So
Olavo is mentoring Laura, right?
yes, I'm doing it in a great style. So thank you, Olavo. The next evaluator will be Naya Lima. Naya, welcome. And she has a really great challenge to evaluate Gisele Alvarenga. If her title Moving to Nonviolence, she has from 2 to 3 minutes to do it. So Naya, the floor is yours. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Daniel, everyone. Good morning. Starting all, congratulations, Giselle, for your winning. It is sorry for hearing you're not coming, but it's great. It's great for us. Giselle, congratulations. You gave a heartfelt, engaging presentation. From the beginning, you presented was clear, and I think everybody here embraced your subject. This is so important, so we can be more aware of ourselves, our thoughts, and the impact that it can cause us. It's a very good book. We had it at our book club before. And your goal here was pretty clear. You have to present in a couple of minutes what is this method, what is this thought about it, and you did it. You just had this, you demonstrated beautifully. You from the beginning, you share your reflections, and you gave a practice of this, because this is how hard it is. Okay, you give me this, but how can I do it? And from the beginning, you just there was clarity, and you were very authentic all the time. And how I love your sense of humor. I just said that before to you. So you created a genuine connection with the audience. Why you had to do this? Because you had to have the questions. So you have to move on to the next questions. So you just beginning. Okay, do you have any questions? And from the beginning, you did. You said, how are you? So that was great. The first question was with Danielle, and you recognize, you just answered pretty good, and you gave yourself a pretty natural answer. And the second was from Olavos, and you also did that. He wanted to see more about it, so you just did that. And there was 3 questions, I think. Okay, I think you're always good at your vocals. You are very emotional, and you just do that. So I really like it. And you're really good on the video. I think you just have working everything, the slides, you just put it the practice, and you just put it the pictures, and was great. What I suggest, and I don't know if you're going to have this chance for the next questions and answers, is maybe you can be more proactive about it, so people can ask you more questions. And maybe we missed little things because maybe people didn't know what it is, what it was. Okay, so if you have any chance, and I'm sure you're gonna have because you're gonna do the next project, right? The next path, you can be more proactive. So thank you very much for bringing us this great subject, and back to you, Daniel.
Thank you, Naya. So right now is our times report. Vitor, are you here with us? So
Yes,
give your
I'm
report.
here with you, Daniel.
Give your
So
report,
both,
please.
okay, thank you. So both of the evaluators, Olavo and Aya, are electable. So Olavo, who evaluated Laura, gave his evaluation in 3 minutes and 9 seconds. And Aya, who evaluated Gisele, gave her evaluation in 3 minutes and 21 seconds. So both are electable.
Really great. Thank you, Vitor. So right now we do have 1 minute to vote in the best evaluation speech. Guests can vote too. So I just ask for Vitor to finalize for us 1 minute, and we have 1 minute for vote. Luana already posted on the chat. Thank you, Vitor. So the next one will be our general evaluator, a member that's really experienced, and I'm really glad that he's here today. That is Luis França. Luis, you have from 5 minutes to 7 to give your speech, to give your evaluation. So please welcome. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, everyone. Well, first, I would like to congratulate each one of you, both members and guests. I don't know if have guests here, but if you can stay after the meeting to know better our club, this is an invitation for you because this is the best club in Brazil for 4 times in a row. So you are in the best place here in Brazil to meet people from Toastmasters. So I would like to congratulate all the people who managed and performed at this meeting. Danielle, the Toastmasters, the timer, everyone, the evaluators, and especially for the speakers. You were doing great, guys. So let's speak about the meeting time. We started exactly at the correct time, pointly, and we performed the meeting smoothly. I believe we are lost in time in a little bit because we are behind the time. We are ahead of time, behind the time here in the agenda, but this is normal. This is a special meeting because we don't have here the improvised speech, so we have to be really, really fast and precise in our times here. Well, regarding the Toastmaster, Daniel performed really, really great, and he's very aware of the happenings of the meeting, and know how to communicate and how to bring the roles perfectly. One thing that I note here, Danielle, is that one time you said that the time for a speaker will be like 5 to 7 minutes, and that's things you should improve. It's not like it's precisely 5 to 7 minutes, and this is the one thing that I noticed that we should improve. Another thing that I noticed is that Danielle presented the club officers, and this was great because those are the people who are really doing the things behind the scenes. And I don't know if it would be a good option is to present the guests, but maybe this is a short meeting. Maybe in a really, really short break, we can do this. Another thing that I notice is that we don't have English reviewer, but it would be really great if we have a grammar master. This will improve a lot and give us valuable feedback for this meeting. And I notice as also that there is a word that we should be very, very careful. It's the word feedback. I notice that some people, they say feedback, and this is a wrong way to speak. And I see a lot of Brazilian doing this feedback. I recommend not doing this. Just do the feedback like you almost, they're not saying the D from feedback. This is the better way or the correct way to speak. Now, I want to give you some advices here, especially if you are presenting a session and you want to specifically have the answer of a member or a guest, you should say directly, like, Daniel, I want you to answer this question for me. Otherwise, you will be in a void. You ask, but if you were speaking, you don't know if the person, they should really, really answer or not. So you should be direct, in a direct order to the people or the person so he can answer. And I like the both speeches from the speakers. They're amazing, and they're been a while since I don't have experience a speech with 20 minutes, and this is great. It's really challenging, and congratulations for Gisele. And I know Laura, she speaks really, really well, and she has the advantage of being a spectacular English speaker. So congratulations for both speakers. And regarding the evaluators, I know them for a while, and I know that from the first time I seen Olavo and Naya, and now what they reach, it's amazing, amazing. They are doing like smoothly and automatically. They understand how the speakers performed and what they can improve, and they do the call for action. So what are the little things, that spicy things that the speakers can do to improve? So I have all the praise for the evaluations. You did amazingly. Well, this is the summary for this meeting. I'm very glad to be here. I wanted to be invited more, and for the next sessions, maybe to speak a little bit or evaluate some speeches, and maybe to be a Toastmasters. That will be a while since I don't be a Toastmasters. Okay, guys, thank you very much. I wish you a great Saturday, and see you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Luis. Thank you, thank you. Really, it's really good to hear you. You always have some great tips for us, and thank you for your presence here today. So let's go for the winner evaluation speech. So that's the best moment of the meeting, when we just find out who is going to be the winner. So about the evaluation speech, who is going to be the winner? Olavo Pacelli. Congratulations, Olavo. Really great speech. Olavo was a great evaluator, so thank you. And thank you, Naya, as well. Really great speech as well. And for the next, the winner of the prepared speech, and who is going to be the winner? Today we had like two great speeches from Laura and from Giselle. And the winner is Giselle Alvarenga. So the speaker of the day, congratulations, Giselle. Really
She just
challenge
left.
you. Yeah, so, and it was really challenge to speak 20 minutes in English, and to open a question and answer session is not easy. So congratulations. So thank you, everybody. And all of us are welcome. We have another meeting, just but in Portuguese, 10 o'clock, and today will be in online, so you can follow if you want. You will be welcome. So thank you, and that's it. Thank you, guys. See you soon.
See you guys next time
See
in
you
an
next
hour.
time.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you so much for coming.